Plaintiff, Dolores Forrest, says she was pregnant when her ex kicked her out, and she called the defendant for help. Dolores claims she moved in with the defendant because he said he wanted to be with her and be a father to her child. However, Dolores claims the defendant became physically abusive, and she's suing him today for unreturned property. Defendant Bobby Higgs says he went above and beyond for Dolores and rescued her from an abusive relationship. Bobby claims after Dolores moved in with him, she started drinking excessively, despite being pregnant. He's countersuing for rent and a utility bill.
Start with you.
Well, I met Bobby in July of 2014. Sweet, awesome person, you know. At the time, I was living with my son's dad. So in September, my son's dad found out that I was pregnant by his brother. So he kicked us out, you know, me and the kids. I was broke. I was about to be homeless, and I was scared, you know, obviously, I'm pregnant. And like I said, Bobby was so sweet and nice. I called him. He came right away, you know, and took me to my friend's house where I was initially planning on staying because I didn't have no money, you know, I didn't have nothing, and I know her. And I have a statement from her as well. So Bobby was like, they call me Dee, but it's Dolores, you know. He was like, Dee, don't worry about this. You don't have to worry about no bills. You don't have to worry about nothing. I want to be a father to your kids, and I want to be with you. You can just come with me. Don't worry. So it took about maybe 2.5 weeks to convince me. You know, sometimes when you move in with somebody, you get there, and you're just a different person.
When did you all become involved in a relationship?
So he comes, he moves me, he takes me to my girlfriend's house. Now, mind you, prior to this, we had already been speaking on the phone, texting, talking, and everything, you know.
In pursuit of a relationship.
Correct.
While you're living
no,
with...
not necessarily. You know what I mean? We were just really basically talking because he was a mechanic. He was going to fix on my car.
You were talking about cars.
Well, but it led to more than cars, you know.
I'm just curious. You sound like you'd already been in trouble there. You're living with the father of your child and pregnant with his brother, and now you're talking on the phone to another man. All right.
Mistakes, I know.
Well, I'm not passing judgment. Just making some observations.
Right.
Go ahead.
I went there, you know. About a month later, he turns into a different person. My son, he thought my son had a bad day at school. He did not. So I was doing my usual routine. My son would come in, I would turn his cartoons on, you know, and Bobby came in the room, in my son's room, and said, he ain't watching no TV, this and that. And I said, Bobby, you know, I was trying to explain to him that he didn't have a bad day, but he was screaming at me so loud and in my face that he didn't even hear what I had to say, you know. And so when I got up to turn the TV, because he kept turning the TV off, you know. So I got up to turn the TV back on, and when I did, he grabbed and pushed me on the bed. So then he starts grabbing all the stuff that's in the bedroom and throwing it in the hallway. So I said, yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant. I'm not going to try to fight this. I just grabbed my stuff, and I went to the women's shelter, abused women's shelter.
All right, let me allow him to give some background. Then we'll get back to you, sir.
In the beginning, I went above and beyond for this lady. You know, she was in trouble with her baby daddy because she told him that she was pregnant by
his brother.
She called me telling me he beating on her. I got in my car and went to her to the crib and got her, move her out. We went to her friend's house, stayed there for like 3 weeks.
She did?
With her son.
She stayed with her friend?
Yeah, me and her.
Why y'all impose on that lady like that?
Ask her.
Because you didn't have to stay over there. You could have came over after work and leave at midnight or whenever you finish your business.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But when I asked her, you want me to leave, she said no.
Over there.
She didn't feel comfortable staying with her friend.
Did the woman have anyone else staying with her?
It's my friend and her boyfriend.
She didn't feel comfortable staying there by herself.
A 2-bedroom. She let me have one.
All right. Y'all wrong. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not passing judgment. I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, though.
Yeah.
All right. And then how did she end up coming to live with you?
Like 3 weeks into that, she moved. She moved there.
She asked, or you invited her?
No, she said she needed a place to stay. I said I got an extra room. You can pay half of the rent.
That's not true.
Quiet, ma'am. Sir, go ahead, finish. You told
her
she moved there,
she got to drinking excessively. While she was pregnant.
How much was the rent she was supposed to pay?
$300.
All right. That was the agreement?
Yes.
$300 a month? And what portion of the utilities?
She's supposed to pay all of it because I turn the heat off. I don't need no heat or nothing. Okay. It ain't, it's funny, but it's true.
You need electricity.
Yeah, electricity,
Well, that's a utility.
Yeah. But I ain't the one staying at home all day.
When you got home, you needed electricity.
When I got home, I go to sleep.
You wake up in the morning, you needed electricity.
I leave out.
Go ahead, sir. You needed hot water.
Yeah.
All right, then. Now tell us you didn't need hot water.
I can't say that. But after she moved in, I couldn't stay there. I couldn't deal with her. I couldn't deal with her.
So what happened while you were there?
When she under the influence, she is a different person. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
She said you switched out.
No, I switched out because she wouldn't let me get close to her. You know what I'm saying? If we supposed to be in a relationship, it's supposed to be closeness.
Close emotionally, you're saying?
Emotional, physically.
Physically, you all didn't?
My woman ain't gonna stay with me and stay in a different room.
Yeah, what's that about?
Well, Your Honor, initially when I first got to his house, we were in the same room. But like he said, he don't want to turn the heat on. It's 20 below zero. Now you done open the window.
Where
and you done turn on a fan.
Where are you all from?
I'm from
Green Bay,
Chicago.
Wisconsin.
You all were living in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Green Bay.
I was in
one of the coldest cities in the country.
I live in Oshkosh.
Where did she? That's Wisconsin? She don't need any heat, and you in Wisconsin. Now I got it. So you stayed in the room where there was heat.
Then he don't sleep at night. I'm 5 months pregnant, and I was not drunk. And speaking of taking care and being close, a car had fell on him. I bathed him, I cooked for him, cleaned the house, everything.
She lying. She only watched me up one time.
Why did she have to wash you up, number one?
Because when the car fell on me, I lifted up and tore muscles in my rotator's cuff, and my arm was strapped to my body.
So he was at home all day, every day, watching TV.
Sir?
While I took care of him, using electricity.
Sir? Were you using the electricity when your arm was out?
Yeah, I was in the room, yeah.
This is your counterclaim. Your counterclaim is rent and utility. We'll get to that. Hers is property. How did he prohibit you from getting your property or remove your property, or what happened with your property?
Okay, February 8th, he got mad at me because I wouldn't give him a cigarette and told me that the room that we were in was for his daughter and we had to get the out. And I said, Bobby, I'm not leaving. It's too cold outside. My baby was only 2 weeks old. I said, I ain't going nowhere. I've been staying here all this time.
February in Wisconsin.
And my baby was 2 weeks old. It's 20 below zero.
You didn't leave that night. Please tell me you didn't leave, did you?
I had no choice because he came into the room, Judge. I had an entertainment center because we had already spoke about me leaving. So I had things already packed, ready to go. So he comes in the room and he grabs the little entertainment center. He starts trying to pull it out the room. I try to stop him. When I try to stop him, he grabs my arms and he pushes me. When he pushes me, I fall on my baby's car seat. I get up, but at the same time, I'm tired now. I ain't gonna do too much fighting.
How did you leave? What did you do? You walked out in that cold?
I had a few dollars left in my pocket, and a neighbor lady that I had met came and took me to the hotel. I paid for the hotel that night. Okay. Next day, I called my friend, see if I could go to Green Bay, back to Green Bay, I texted him and said, Bobby, you know what? I'm not going to argue and fight no more. I just want to come and get my stuff. B, you ain't getting S unless you pay me for the whole time that you were here.
Quiet.
Unless you pay me for the whole time that you were here.
Okay, what happened to your property? Sir, I'll let you explain. Go ahead.
So, throughout that month of February, I'm steady texting, steady calling, trying to get my property. He won't give it to me. So finally, I spoke to my probation officer about it. He said, just contact the police department and have them go over there with you. That's what I did. When I went there the first time, his daughter was there, but she wouldn't let us in. They finally got her to open the door. The police did. Only thing that she would give us at that time was my kids' clothes. I have a statement, I have police reports too. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna file a civil suit.
Okay, let me see the items.
What do you want right now?
The items that you are suing him for, that were missing, the property that he failed to give to you. And sir, what do you say to this?
Your Honor, I gave her 3 months in advance to move out because I was letting her know, you know what I'm saying, my daughter was moving in with me.
It's not true.
And yes, it is. Yes, it is. And when I told her that she wasn't paying no rent or whatever, I got fed up with her leeching off me, making me pay for everything. While I'm hurting, nobody ain't helping me. I'm begging my family for rent. Help me pay the rent, and she knowing this.
Your Honor,
Ma'am, how much notice did he give you to
He didn't give me no notice
3
until
months.
February. There was no notice,
The
Your
night
Honor.
he put you out is the only
The
notice?
10th.
Yes.
Hold on. Huh?
Yes.
Remember you just told me earlier that you were packed up because you were already going to move?
So that was the first.
No,
the
no,
first
no,
of the
no,
month.
no, no, ma'am.
First of the month, we had discussed
But you
it.
said you didn't know. You never discussed it until the night he put you out. That's what you just told me.
Okay, can I
Then I
rephrase?
reminded you
I'm
of
sorry.
what you told me earlier.
Can I
that
rephrase
you can be quiet.
Sorry.
Because I reminded you of what you told me earlier. And now when I tell you you're busted, now you want to go back and tell me some new game. Go ahead. That doesn't mean you could withhold her property, but I wanted to let you know you were calling a lie. That's all.
I understand that. I understand that about her property, but I gave her 3 months in advance to
I don't know
move
about
out.
no 3 months either. Go ahead. Tell me about the property. How do you...
I told her she could come get her property. When she paid the rent, she ain't paid, and that utility bill.
You can't withhold a person's property for lack of payment. What you do is just as you're doing. You countersue or you sue them. Now, the items, 3 computers, computer desk, 3 computers, ma'am, or 2?
No. It was only 1 computer.
You have on here 2.
I didn't write that statement. It's 1 computer.
Who wrote this, ma'am?
My girlfriend wrote it.
You don't know what property is missing?
It's a computer desk.
It's 2 on here, though. It says 2.
I didn't write that, but I can tell you exactly what.
But you presented to me as evidence. We got a big problem today, ma'am. You've done nothing but lie.
I'm not lying to you.
You are. I just caught you in another one, a second one. Show me some proof about this rent and utilities, because if she didn't work, how did you expect her to pay?
She get child support and some other W-2 or whatever. She had me on the phone telling whoever she had me to tell that she paying half of the rent and this stuff. I don't know who she had me on the phone talking to.
Sir. No, sir.
Yes, she did.
So he's making this up?
Yes. Can I tell you something, Your Honor? I have proof of my income, Your Honor.
I'm not interested in your income. Okay. Sir, what is this? This is the bill?
Yeah.
I know it's the bill, but this doesn't mean that she was supposed to pay half. What did you have there that you're withholding? Maybe you can tell me.
I got her computer, the desk, some of her kids' clothes, the
bed,
the bedroom set, the bedroom set, her
twin
son's bed, and that's basically
washing machine?
No.
Kitchen items?
Deep freezer, and that's in a microwave.
No washing
and that's
machine.
It. No washing machine. She sold it.
Ma'am, did you sell the washing machine?
I had to sell the washing machine because I didn't have no money.
Why did you present it on the list like he took it
That was the original list of property.
That's all right. I got you, ma'am. I got you. I'll grant you $1,500 for your property. And, sir, you shouldn't have come in here with that fantastic story about you don't need heat. Huh?
I don't. It ain't no story on. I'm for real. I don't use the heat. She even told you.
Sir.
I sleep with my window open.
She did say that.
I do. I ain't lying.
You need the heat for the household.
No,
sir.
not for me.
Now, you didn't bathe.
Okay. I'm talking about
utilities. You needed it for other utilities. You sat there when your arm was out and watched TV all day. Now, were you watching TV stinking?
I wasn't watching.
No,
listen,
you needed hot water.
I wasn't watching TV all day. I was doped up.
You're watching a little.
I was doped up all the time. They gave me Percocet.
I'm not going to argue with you, sir.
They gave me Percocet.
How many months did she live there?
She lived there from August to January.
That's not correct, sir.
How long did you live there?
I moved in September 27th.
Oh my God.
2014.
So I'm gonna give you 3 months rent. You sound honest. 3 months rent, $300. I'm gonna give you $900 and $1,500 for you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm just glad it's over.
I just want her out of my life because the simple fact I don't need no woman in my crib trying to do something to me, hurt me. And that's all she did was hurt me.